Hi there! Now it's October and we have a fantastic weather here in Sweden. The sun is shining and it's still warm outside. It's wonderful. And now I'm starting to do a little bit more in the garden since the mosquitoes has gone. The mosquitoes aren't totally gone, but they're so much less now, so it's possible to work outside and it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to show you around and show you what I've done so far this summer and what I haven't done, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I'll start outside the barn, and here I have planted a new dawn rose, the one I bought this spring. One of the roses I bought this spring, bare-rooted, and it has been growing and growing and growing. So I think it looks quite lovely today. And it has this big beautiful cane. I'm going to build some kind of trellis for it so it can climb, and hopefully it can climb in a bow or something over to this house. And I'm going to fix the windows here as well. And then we have planted a hedge, and it looks quite sad right now, but it's going to be much better next year. So hopefully next year at least, but in a few years it's going to be nice, and I'll cut it and then it's going to be more of a room here. Here I have hung some tomatoes to mature, and they have a nice sunny wall there, and next to it I've planted another of my roses from the spring, and this is Cottage Amadeus. It's a fantastic rose. It's the most healthy rose I've ever had. I've grown this before, and they're so beautiful. And look at the leaves. Not a single spot on them. They're totally gorgeous. No black spot or nothing like that, although it has been raining very much this summer. And this one hasn't grown that much. So I'm hoping for next year, I think it's going to grow a lot then. This is my shadiest area, and here it looks a little bit sad. I'm keeping some plants here that I haven't had time with so far. And here are some roses. I'm putting them in the sun when I'm not here, but when I'm here I'm putting them in the shade to water them a lot, and then I put them back in the sun. So it's not that nice, this area, but what is nicer, do you remember this area? It was totally full with blackthorn bushes. It was nothing else than a big, huge blackthorn bush, actually. So we removed that, and I've just started clearing out in here. There are still so many roots, and all the blackthorn bushes that we cut, they're of course coming back, so it's a lot to dig. And here we have dug a few roots, and I've started clearing some weeds. So hopefully I have the time to start planting here this fall. But you can see what it looks like. I mean, all of these are really difficult root weeds, and I think I just have to cover all of this because it's going to be so hard to try to weed it all. And here I also put leaf compost. This was some kind of outdoor playpen for puppies, and I got it, and I thought it would make a really good leaf compost, and it is. It's very handy, and it protects the soil underneath as well from growing weeds, and the soil is going to be fantastic underneath when the compost is done, and the compost is going to come in handy as well, because I'm planning on having a small woodland here with rhododendron and magnolias and all kind of shade plants, and they like that kind of soil. So it's quite nice. Right now it doesn't look like much, but I think it's going to be really nice. And the big ash tree is up here as well. So we have painted the stone part on the house. I don't know if I have showed that before, but it looks really neat, I think. And here is the biggest difference, I suppose. This round flower border that I made last year. It's still not that full. I planted only a few things, and since the month of June was so dry, it didn't grow that much. So the peonies hasn't done much this year, but I hope they're going to do much better next year. But the sedums look lovely. And hopefully next year will be much better here. And then this border under the apple trees isn't so much to show. Things have been growing really bad here as well. But, well, some things are doing well. The little lime hydrangea is blooming, so that's good. And most things I planted are alive. The boxwood cones are alive, but they're very small still. They haven't grown almost anything. But, well, that's what I expected. They had terrible root systems, and the first 2 years they will just get established anyway. You know, this saying that first year they sleep, second year they creep, and the third year they leap. So we'll hope that they start creeping next year. And astrantias are doing well. They're so cute. And here is a new thing. I have put some stones here, since it was a slope here and it wasn't, the grass wasn't good and it wasn't so much to do here. I did like this instead, put some stones to form a wall, and I got some lavender plants that my friend was going to throw away. So I planted them. I hope they will survive, but we'll see. We'll see next year. And if they don't, I'll just plant new ones. But I think it's going to be nicer than it was before. I haven't had the time to finish this border. It's going to continue and then turn here, and then I'm going to continue the border up to the next border that I'm digging now. And here I'm planning on a yew hedge, but it will take a few years, I think. There are so many weeds right now, and I will try to cover it somehow and then plant a nice hedge here on the outside of the border. And this one is where I had the berry bushes. As you can see, I've started digging them up now to move them. And behind them we have the alpine currant hedge. It's doing well. And here I'm planning on hydrangeas in this one. Maybe the strong Annabelle. We'll see. And then I have a vegetable patch. It's very small, but it exists. It's better than nothing. And a pumpkin here. Look at this. It's still growing. It's gorgeous. So big. And here is my pumpkin patch. And I have some squash here as well. Now I just harvested some, but well, you can see there are some small ones here. And some on the way. This, I think it's blue Hokkaido or something like that. And here are some squashes. And let me see. Well, I've cut some of these small ones off to dry. They're quite cute. I like them. And then these are some, I don't know, they're quite small, but they turn orange. You can see on this one that it's starting to turn. And then I have as well a huge pile of horse manure that I got from a nearby farm. And since I have such heavy clay soil, I really need to mix it into the soil to be able to use it. So I mix it into almost everything. Here was just a quick fix this spring since the soil here is so hard. So I grew some parsnips in crates, and well, it's lots of leaves, but they're actually starting to grow bigger underneath the soil as well. Here are some veg, not much left though. And in these beds I put peony seeds. It's tree peonies, and they need half year of heat or something like that to develop the root, and the second year after a cold winter they get the first leaves. So I hope for the first leaves next spring, and I put some old hay just to keep them damp. So and down here I haven't done much. I've been trying to control the weeds so it's not so many. Most of these ones aren't root weeds, but some are. In this area it was a lot, so I've put a compost heap there. So it looks terrible now, but it will kill the weeds underneath, and also it will improve the soil a lot. So it has to be like that for a few years now, I think. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Not so much has happened, but I think next year will look much better. I'll hope so. At least I'm really happy with this one that I haven't finished, but I think it's going to be really, really nice. And I'll extend the stone edging out to the stick, and then the future hedge will be here somewhere. So I think it will be nice. We'll see what it looks like if I manage to finish this now before the winter or not. But hopefully I have the time to dig this border, all of this, and I have to mix in lots of bark mulch and lots of horse manure as well. Last year when I made this one, I didn't mix in enough. I thought I did, but I didn't. And the soil has been really hard, and it's a struggle to weed it, and also the peonies were struggling to come up in the spring because the soil was so hard, and I've never seen that before. So now I've been trying to mulch it with grass clippings and all kinds of stuff, just to keep the moist in the ground, and also to help the soil a little, and hopefully it will be a little bit better next year. Okay, so I hope you liked the round tour, and see you next time. Bye!